NDC for so that is the agenda now on the open area. I vote on account. I don't yeah, avoided 3 years for first yes, a very good.
Now, I think I'm here for 7 veterans. I didn't let me idea tomorrow. Someone to me, now we change the finance minister and I have documents. And then I deputy or your
Marshal John Penny Barco, say chairman support. Said now, no, maybe SCC or transition. I hear you. After finance minister, I can put someone. No, what is the fear that is also your home?
No, we actually election. I'm going to send you na Ghana for an assassin and you were the running mate to the candidates. So far, until I'm going to say election and go to some say.
But you're not okay. My issues.
Because the most of the country.
But my issues.
Ghana focus out.
My issues.
Ghana focus out. Statement
I don't know make a move one now buy and I
What is next for now? What's next?
I am a member of the New Patriotic Party and the party would reorganize itself.
Yeah, no. Someone
and you defeated the kind of MPP for 92, the draw story event. If you be a re-election, it's from 24 times, no dear Bubu, near where the country and the bars are. So I'm not prepared a part of the way out. Part of the year, we never pay for the direction was an own day homes and Nancy Between part of the family is a ship. Maybe the ship has
since the NDC majority and your majority drawn out of Parliament. Then I will create some Japanese area and Yamakana.
President Mahama said the dollar back of 5 cents. Yet, I saw the Kenkey back of 1 cent. So, I'm going to fill them pocket near I
and one of us are going to go to
I don't work out. I'm not going to afford it.
Look, a bit more to talk briefly on the vote on account. There are conversations to the effect that it looks like your side is trying to sabotage your own government, and that's the claim from the minority. What do you say to this?
Were you in the chamber yesterday?
Yes, I was. I heard you.
Is that what I said? Does it bear to what you're asking?
No.
My position is that, like Udeto is saying, Ghanaians have decided to go for resetting Kenkey. So my position is that we should do the vote on account and the terminal benefits as stated in the Constitution and closure.
Your side also believes that we should do the tax waivers because they've been outstanding for God knows how long.
I'm saying that you cannot appropriate the reprobate at the same time. You cannot say because of NDC, I want this to be done. No, there are two sides to everything. Yesterday, if you heard me, I said that if the two leaders have decided on an agenda, let us follow it. But the NDC side came back and said that they are not going to follow what the two leaders have agreed. And there were certain things that they wouldn't do, like the one deal, whatever. I'm saying that every item on the order paper has an effect on the consolidated fund. So if you are not going to do one D, one F, we're not going to do bills. We're not going to do anything. So let's all decide that, okay, expenditure in advance of appropriation is something we must do. Article 71, which I see that most of the NDC guys, you see how happy they are when we say it. They want us to do. Let us do it in closure.
That's ex gratia.
I'm not sure that the word ex gratia is in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Now, Doc, I've followed you. I've reported from Parliament for a while. When you were in opposition, I was here. I know how vociferous and vocal you were in opposition. Now, the NDC has absolute majority. Many have warned that could spell doom for our democracy. Is your side, with its limited numbers, able to put up the needed opposition that is required to guide our democracy?
How do you expect me to tell me a side that has not yet been sworn into Parliament will behave? I'm sure when that side comes to Parliament, they will live up to expectations.
Doc, how much will you miss Parliament?
I'm sure the flag bearer decided that he needed me to support him. And as far as I'm concerned, my job is to support the flag bearer. Even if he decides to go again, my job is to support him.
Will you welcome that? If he decides to?
There's not been any presidential candidate that has won at the first time. President Before won at the second trial. Mills won at the third trial. And now the Danko Kufuor won at the third trial. John Mahama has stood for 4 presidential candidates. So I'm not sure there's anything different that we've seen in Ghana.
Finally, you talked about the expectations of Ghanaians of the incoming administration. Of course, you mentioned that you spoke in Twi. Can we hear that in English briefly? Then you take leave of us.
I said, from 7th January, we are looking forward to 5 Cedis to adopt. From 7th January, we are looking for every Ghanaian getting their pocket to rest so that money comes into our pocket. From 7th January, we are expecting the petrol price to come down to 10 cedis. Those are the expectations of what John Mahama told us is good. Kenkey comes to us. We all heard it, loud and clear. Said he's not concerned about digitalization, he's concerned about Kenkey and fish. So we are looking forward to that. That's what Ghanaians voted for.
Most grateful.
Thank you.
Very much appropriation report on account. I'm not sure but some men are now a question. Some men are better. The one is about numbers or whatever. Now, we say, finance minister, because I'm not only say, sending a constitution, Article 180 say, if you are back to Africa, Emma, I buy the Bentin, when the constitution in Castle, I buy a water on ye mini budgets. Yet, Sminians. I didn't have Sminians, sending me Sminians, I became buying the first ministers, vetting, the approval of the ministers are very nominating. Maybe you know, they also made Jimmy. Now, they are home of my Yamama Translation budgets. The budgets in the run, not for some reason, in our constitution can say, yes, they were to cover 3 months, January, February, March. Now, I buy we in the 7 year, but I didn't about it. Now, I buy was a parliamentary translate. And I'm more to where the majority. And we may say, here. That's most unnecessary. If we say in 2025, Labour Parliament, and the member Parliament, also the majority to many and my friends say there was somebody in there. A declaration of intent being translated to mean a vacation of seats. Yes, Papa. So, and it is the Supreme Court pronouncement on it. I'm determined maybe to say it to be a Senator. Now, I'm penny within Australia, within the city also yet enough finance with the other. Now, Senator be a sad here because budget our year better. You see, was maybe in December, is here. You're in January, 1st January, 2nd January, you need more points of our father, basically. I'm not sure the fee and someone will say president also the year the last message on the state of the nation. You also say about the ship. Usually the SR they not say to a baby. Let me say tia me and say president any machine the phone idea to say 3rd January. 3rd January if you and will be yes message on the state of the nation. 5th January, Parliament for Fra, Eba. Mosubaba in Shemu. I be the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament, you know, Nakofa, in Champion Jeba, and I get any beginners at Hughes, which is a woman. Zana Bagby, I'm sure you know, find someone by the delay, even the swearing in of the president. The Presidential Transition Act no say. Any is speaker 5th January. You will say, we know Chief Justice no swearing in. Chief Justice no swearing in. Now I say 2 parliaments will be operating at the same time. Until I say Parliament will be you and Chief Justice no swearing in. When I want to swear in the new members of Parliament. That function was a Parliament, the new Parliament is the 5th, 2 days before Parliament time. So, a transition, presidential transition act. The American is a Sunday man. I was here in Uni budget out there. There's a message in the state of the nation. And me say, new Parliament member transition 5th January. And it's 7th January, I hear swear in new president. So, our budget now will be contained in vote on account. You say, yeah, technically, no, we can't swear in the new president. And now, me and son of wedding January, February, March, can be paid by a bike by a food in our country. Until it means, no, a bike by a new river or Sanko Pop, my second, and went to a motor. And it is a serious matter. And this matter I raised some men and some men in Kosovo, and the man of Kosovo and the Casa of Mini, maybe a moment, some application. I mean, when I say, and me and I make us as I'm not, and if I went in, I don't know, Madame, I am who be a bully, I'm going to be a say, or no more the person. I started speaking about this way back. And Rana was like a finance minister, representing. And the prayer, well, I'm representing because I'm not my can assembly, the whole day, no. But if you have crabbe, if you have for, I think about 4:45. Energy subcommittee here. I'm the committee of the meeting in Russia. No means in some of me are legal team and some meeting or general office. Because of that, no conference center. And I think that a transition team will raise a few things, which Senator made a debate may affect the vote on account. Until he then needed to go and look at it again. To be a baby changes baby and I say this. And in Tinama and now I may a presentation. I'm hoping to be a China. And I would have say Manichi. That's what you do. Yeah, you bring it because the original one not there. We speak a whole crowd. I don't know no cases you did make them present here, and I make us I can't do that on behalf of the minister because one, we need permission. Number two, even though we met yesterday, one time say we had us with me. We and so we jana name now submit people na dey channel person na baby. And they sure say stand na the chair. We deal with it because the minister is hugely aware of the implications. Say let nobody say I'm going from person. The thing was here earlier on. One more workers are managed to me. I didn't say no more. Just fighting over irrelevances.
Leader, finally, you are baby. NDC, it's majority in Parliament. But on also Uncle Ye for the Mampenino. Maybe how much in the end in the Cobanasa and our son are gonna for Ben and Abanasa.
Oh, so Oko. As I didn't go, I have been Uncle Ye dinner. What do you do? As to specifics, China, the party's National Executive Committee will be meeting and almost every committee China the National Council will meet. I think ultimately what the party wants to do is say, I'm going to take my song for me. Now, everybody knows that any idea about who he is. Also, the him will say, he would be a gentleman, a son, and as if you saw an enemy who I smile, so I am. I'm only remove back. And they made me a propose remedies as to the way forward for us as a party. They say, the committee young as it's not can be because of prejudicing the outcome of the committee member. So about so for the committee my team. No more formal discussions I question in say the amount of defined periods, not more than people are saying 6 weeks, people are saying we say maximum of 8 weeks. We find you what do you know send back? And the member who will be a fias here, the my fias. Now the pen will do the Asia.
In 1 minute.
They're not going to do the appropriation bill, and that's because the minority say you will not do the tax waivers. Why does it have to come to that?
So first, let me say that the expenditure in advance of appropriation is a constitutional obligation placed on this government. They cannot trade it. It is their responsibility constitutionally, and they have to make sure that is done.
What will be the implication? Is it possible for your incoming administration to take office without the expenditure in advance of appropriation?
Certainly there's an option of a possible plan B. Okay. But I would not even like to discuss the plan B. Where we are is such that the expenditure in advance of appropriation is an obligation, in fact a constitutional obligation placed on His Excellency President Mahama. He has to do it. It is before Parliament. All what he needs to do is to call his minister responsible for finance to deliver it. So it's something that must be done. You cannot run away from it, you cannot trade it, you can use it as a condition. But if we get there, and if they are to make it clear that that is what they will do, we advise ourselves.
Grateful, leader.